It's a lot of Tyranids stuff.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so round 4 of ANZAC Cup, and I am versing a Imperial Guard list. Can you just take us through your list?
Yeah, no dramas. Basically, you've got the company command squad there, commander there, master of ordnance, 2 metal guns. You've then got the standard veteran squad made up of stormtroopers, platoon command squad here with a melter gun, 1 guardsman lying down, and then basically your standard platoon, standard run-of-the-mill line infantry. Primaris times 2, 1 with an engineer squad with shotguns and plasma guns. The other squad is just another veteran squad with a heavy flamer and grenade launcher.
And these are the Imperial armor chimeras with the oil
Yeah, they are, yeah, with the oil cannons. Purely for a Creek sort of theme.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Devil Dog, multi-melter, and obviously the melter cannon. Standard Lehman Russ battle tank, heavy flamer, and the 2 executioners.
Excellent.
That's a lot.
And so I deployed my Biovores and Prime in the back here. And then I had a big choice. Lots of Gene Stealers. Some Gene Stealers there. And then we got outflanking and then deep striking. Very interesting. Alrighty, so game 3 and another interesting mission. This was the first mission that was actually, normal objectives, which is really weird. You get 4 games in and you've actually got normal objectives. It's just, wow, that's crazy. So getting into the game, this table was awesome for me. Not so good with Imperial Guard, with lots of tanks, because it's just a lot of terrain for him to get bogged down in or immobilized, because nothing had what's it called? The little, oh god, I can't remember it. The things that allow you to re-roll dangerous terrain tests. Dozer blades, that's it. Anyway, so my deployment right in the back there, so he can't shoot me, and then infiltrate everything else. Full circle, he played really well in his deployment to make sure that everything would be within line of sight. So there's no shenanigans with the 12-inch closeness. My turn 1 though, and I got first turn, he tried to seize and it didn't work, was just run forward and hide in absolutely all the terrain, which is great. My Biovores got into range of his little command squad with their quad gun and put the blast right on top of the Master of Ordnance, got the hits, and a number of wounds later killed Master of Ordnance and just some other guy. Maybe it was like the -1 reserve one, can't remember. But I was really, really happy. I got rid of Master of Ordnance to just get to, because he's sitting up on top of this house, and he could have just every turn done another huge blast, which was not something I really wanted to deal with. And it actually pinned that unit, so that was really good. Something else, I managed to pin most of his units every turn with horrors. I was just going through and casting horrors. So having 5 horrors really, 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 really hurts against an infantry army. So the new Astra Militarum book, if there's an army out there that they're going just pure melee guys, or not melee guys, what's it called, pew pew guys, just guardsmen, then with a lot of horrors, which no army except for weird ones like mine will, I guess they'll do well, but normal armies where you might have just 1 or 2 units of Gene Stealers, or none, which is quite common, but I'd say maybe, I think every army list I'm going to be taking, if it's like a nice balanced list, is going to have at least 1 unit of Gene Stealers. Unless I'm doing something weird like Skyblight, which is, just a million monsters, flying monsters creatures. I'm not so sold about the Lictors, but again, you can see here, right in the middle, bottom left, where the quad gun is, my Lictor drops in, grabs the quad gun, and then uses the quad gun to instant kill his company commander, which is fantastic. Like, crazy things like that, combined with the Biovores. So the Biovores blew up enough space so my Lictor could drop in. Then my Lictor drops in, uses the quad gun, and smacks the company commander who's on the quad gun because he's the closest model. He does a lookout, so fails one, gets instant killed after he fails his save. I mean, that's awesome stuff. And then he's in a perfect position, in the center of the army, so that any Morlocks deep striking in are not scattering. My opponent had really, really unlucky thing that I think probably cost him the game. That's Chimera kind of in the bottom middle left next to my what's called the Morlock. It had a whole bunch of shotgun vets in it, and he tried to move forward, and it has a flamer and all the cannons and all that, and it actually immobilized itself. Had that turn 1 moved forward, it would have unloaded, dumped, and probably killed a whole squad of Gene Stealers, and it wouldn't have been back there near his main army because it lost one hull point. And when I popped up with my Morlock, I actually caused an immobilized result, which killed it because it was already immobilized. And then his shotgun vets come out, and then my next Morlock comes in and kills all of them. So that really hurt because, my Gene Stealers here in the bottom right-hand corner are just sitting on that objective and just going to the ground every turn and just going, I love this, because there's an objective right there. And if he had gone forward, he would have been able to kill that unit and then claim that objective with that. So yeah, I mean, the unluckiness, I guess, of that initial thing helped. Though I don't know if he would have won because this table and this mission in particular was really, really against him. These Plasmacutioners, I think they're called, are absolute beasts. So, they killed, I think, 3 units of Gene Stealers and almost killed a Morlock and put a couple of wounds on the other Morlock. They're just really, really beastly. Rear Armor 11 is really, really good.